Hey guys, what is up? Sam or Scorpiola here, bringing you guys another Modern Warfare Warzone Season 4 video. We're going to be going over all of the map changes that have actually come to Warzone with the release of Season 4. While we have no brand new points of interest or huge map changes like that, we do have a lot of major changes and new secrets added to the game that I'm sure you're aware of as of now. So strap in, get ready, it's going to be a wild one. We have a whole lot of stuff to talk about in this video, so yeah. Let's get into it. So before we get into the really mad stuff like the new bunker changes with a second nuclear weapon being found, the newly added keypad locked rooms around the map that will be leading to a huge Easter egg down the line, along with the potential for a submarine and maybe even element 115 from the Treyarch Zombies Ether storyline coming into the game, we do have some smaller things to talk about. They have actually added two brand new train tunnels to the map. The first one can be found towards the bottom of the map along the coast beside the sea gates. You can run through it, collect loot, there's some train tracks running through it that we'll be talking about more in a bit. There's also a second one of these located up at the hospital that actually runs through a mountain. As I say, these weren't there prior to the new update. There is also various new train tracks scattered around the map, and there is reports of a train actually existing underneath the map ready to be used for something, and there is various data mined assets that do hint towards a moving train in the map. It's likely this will actually be used to transport the nuclear weapon in Bunker 11 to some other location down the line, possibly as part of some kind of smaller scale live event where we do see that being transported. It could be going to Bunker 10, and believe me, we'll be coming back to that with plenty more information in a minute. So let's get into the really interesting stuff that I'm sure is probably what you clicked on this video for. What is going on with the bunkers? Well, as I'm sure you already know, there are 11 bunkers scattered across the Warzone map, of which 5 of them are currently accessible. We have bunkers 4, 5, 6 and 9 that are currently accessed with red access keycards that are found occasionally in legendary chests, and when you get into these you won't find much interesting besides just a hell of a lot of loot. And then we also have bunker 11, which is accessed by doing the Russian phone's Morse code Easter egg. I'll link my guide for that down below if that's something you want to check out. So that actually leaves us with 6 bunkers we currently have no way of getting into. And of these, thanks to a brand new glitch that actually lets you glitch through walls using a recon drone, we can see that 3 of those bunkers have had their contents updated, meaning they're probably going to be accessible very soon. So within Bunker 1 there isn't too much interesting, just some new areas with some random documents sat there that don't seem to have any particular significance. What's really interesting though that we can see in this one is there is now floor loot spawning within all of these bunkers, which does seem to be indicating that it will be coming accessible at some point very soon. It could even be accessible now and we just don't know it yet. But moving on anyway, bunkers 3 and 10 is where this gets very interesting. So while most of the contents of Bunker 3 is largely similar to Bunker 1, there is one major difference that makes it totally unique to anywhere else on the Warzone map. Found on the desk within this area, there is actually a statue of the Russian revolutionary Vladimir Lenin, who, for those of you who don't know who this is, he was an iconic Soviet Russian revolutionary during the Cold War. So a character like Zakhaev, our main antagonist for this storyline, would be fascinated with his ideals, as he is keen to return Russia to how it was in those days. We do know this particular bunker will be playing a big role in our story down the line, because next week's intel will actually involve us tracking a comms interface near this location, and we will actually be finding and hacking a laptop directly outside this bunker door. It's very clear this bunker is going to play a big role down the line, possibly on the same level that Bunker 11 did, with a major Easter egg like that. This could even be where our lost team is found, since we do know future week's intel will be referring to a lost team who we will be trying to find. This could be a team of Russian soldiers from the Cold War, possibly including Imram Zakhaev, the father of our main antagonist Victor, who is believed to have died in 2011 but could very well have faked his death and be hiding out here. It seems very possible with a character like Imram Zakhaev having played such a big role in the Cold War back in those days. Could he appear in Black Ops Cold War this year, since there are many links to the Cold War within this game, since we do know they are looking to connect these storylines closer together, existing in the same universe. I think crossing over a small character like him would be a really cool way to merge our storylines. Now if you thought that was interesting, wait until you hear about this. Bunker 10 now features a brand new nuclear weapon. That's right, not a little one like we saw within Bunker 11 behind the glass. No, this is a full-size, large-scale nuclear weapon within a silo that will be launching at some point during the game's life cycle. We don't know exactly when this is going to be, but I personally don't believe we will actually see the nuke launch until towards the end of Modern Warfare's life cycle, and instead we will see smaller live events like the dam exploding before then. Since in a realistic world like this, they don't have the same kind of options Fortnite does to do black holes and all that kind of weird visually insane stuff, and a nuclear weapon does seem pretty hard for them to top, which is why this live event, if they started off with it, would be the peak of all they could do. So if they do smaller things and build up to this one, it will be an insane moment to end off the season. Another interesting detail about this particular bunker is while all the other ones have a red phone on their desk, this one's is black. This is likely the phone that would have to receive a phone call with some kind of code to actually let you know that it is clear to launch this weapon. So that is what we'll be seeing happening. I'm guessing as part of our Easter egg, we're going to have to be calling this phone and setting off that signal to then allow the missile to launch. Who knows where it's going? It could be hitting our map and exploding it. It could be going to Urzikstan. Some have speculated the dam, but a nuclear weapon is going to blow up a hell of a lot more than just the dam. So we really don't know what to expect, but it is going to be very exciting when this eventually happens. But even beyond them, we do have some even more interesting little secrets that have been dotted around the map since this newest update. Since the update, there have been 3 secret rooms of interest added across the Warzone map that are locked with keypads. Currently there is no way to open these as far as we're aware, but they will be used for some kind of Easter egg down the line. Each of these rooms, along with 2 other places in the map, contain unique cipher puzzles that we're going to have to use to get some kind of number. I'm not going to go too much into the puzzles themselves within this video, but I'll be making a follow-up video once it's actually solved by the community to tell you all about that. Anyway, these 3 secret rooms of interest, we've got one that is actually the swamp part near prison that we were able to get into before, but has been since sealed, that contains the RCXD prototype. The only change that has actually been made to this room is the addition of the pages for the puzzle. We do have another one, which is a secret room within the large barn in Farmland. Weird that it's in the barn with a fancy high-tech keypad, but it is what it is. And finally, we have a small hut building near the TV station. This one actually has a keypad on each side of the building, weirdly enough. Some have speculated that the number we'll actually get from solving this will be a phone number or maybe some kind of new cipher that we'd have to decrypt again to get some kind of message. The one thing we do know, however, is this is all building to eventually launching that huge missile and the Warzone live event. It seems likely that that phone number will then be called to contact the black phone within Bunker 10 to finally launch that missile. Finally, we're going to talk about the most mysterious of things that seems to have changed with this newest update. Since the release of Season 4, people have started to notice that behind the dam in the ice area, there is actually something moving around seemingly underneath the ice. Some kind of black object that people do believe is a submarine, and this is actually supported by some stuff in the game files that does mention stuff related to the movement of a submarine, potentially hinting it could actually become a controllable vehicle at some point. However, it doesn't seem like they're quite ready to bring the submarine into the game yet. I mean, firstly, why would there even be a submarine here? This is a reservoir with no connection to the sea as it's blocked off by a dam. There is nowhere that this huge submarine could even be going. But if we also go prone on the ice, we can clearly see there is nothing underneath there. It does seem like it's probably just some kind of shadow coming from above, and everyone's misinterpreting it as a lot more than it is, unfortunately. We do, as I say, still have those leaked assets that do hint it will come down the line, but this could be after the dam was flooded maybe and actually released water onto the map. But as of now, this game actually has no swimming or water mechanics in the game because there is no water that we can move through anywhere on the map. So maybe after they come into the game, a submarine could be something we start to consider as something that could happen. However, something that does seem like it could be something up at the dam is if we go to this spot here, we can see a very mysterious blue patch of light. Some have speculated this could actually be Element 115 coming into the game. Some of you guys may know that from the Treyarch Zombies Ether storyline, this was actually the element used to create the zombies. It's a very mysterious fictional element within that storyline, and now that they're actually crossing over the Treyarch and Infinity Ward universes with Black Ops 2020 tying into Modern Warfare, why wouldn't they do this and bring Element 115 into this world? Obviously it would kill a lot of the realism because, well, it makes zombies. So I'm not too sure that they add that in just yet, but maybe if they're looking to ditch the realism and move into a more fantasy kind of world, that could be something they use to do that. Anyway, I think with that, guys, we're actually going to wrap up this video there. A ton of interesting stuff going on, clearly, as you've seen in this video. Easter eggs, stuff going into the future. There is really just so much to talk about, and I can't wait to see where they take this game through the rest of the season. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on more Modern Warfare videos. Bye!